What's up, y'all? We jumping right in. What's up, y'all? Welcome to Wine Dine Wednesday. We ain't even been live each and every Wednesday, but we are gonna be live each and every Wednesday. We going for a new time so that way it works out for everybody. Make sure if you want to see more, you like and subscribe to my channel. Make sure you share it. It's always real conversations, real people. It's real life over here. So today is Wednesday, and it's kind of hard for me. First of all, because I wasn't gonna come on today. And then I'm like, all right, I'm gonna come on. I had a whole energy. Today we talking trauma and triggers because I was triggered and I feel like that's a big topic that needs to be discussed because when you're in a shift and you're in a transition and you're trying to be better and do better and want better, it's easy to get triggered. It's easy to get distracted. And I was triggered today. And that trigger for me, it kind of opened my mind because it's like if somebody I know my whole life basically could trigger me so bad that it affects what I'm doing in my day. Imagine when somebody that I don't know makes the same attempt to do what they did or say what they said and how that would trigger me or the type of reaction that might come behind it because I'm triggered. And I'm just out here. I'm trying. I'm human, I'm not perfect and but I'm worth it. I'm always worth it. And so as I was about to log on, I was smacked by reality again because yesterday my grandfather passed away and it hit me. And I didn't want to get on here sad and in tears and stuff, so I had to take a minute to collect myself again. But life happens and that's a trauma. Death is a trauma. I watched my grandfather sit there by my grandmother's side on her bed, on her deathbed, while she was dying and couldn't speak, and he held her down like, and now to know that he's going too is like is hard. That's a trigger alone. But that's not the trigger that brought us here. And that is trauma alone as well, losing your grandparents. Especially I was raised by my grandparents. Those was like my parents. My dad spent my whole life in jail basically. My mother is still here around, but we went through our trials and tribulations. I love her and I'm gonna always honor her and treat her right, but I was raised by my grandmother. And RIP to them. I'm glad they together now. That brings me more happiness than him being here and upset and miserable. So I'm okay with that. And in that today, it brought me a real lesson. And it brought me to do the thing that I want to do, that I've been trying to do. Is like, I'm an entrepreneur. We all know that. I have multiple businesses and business is not business in the way it needs to, but it's getting better, a lot better. And I got a lot of things done and I know what I need to get done. And so now it's just a matter of mastering what I'm doing. And so everything takes time, but it just amazed me how a trigger really kind of took me a day back. It gave me a setback. And it wasn't nothing that nobody else did. Well, it was something that somebody else did and said, but it wasn't nothing nobody else did and said. It was me in the way that I reacted to that trigger that really pushed me back a little bit because I spent more time reacting and venting or feeling than I did focused on what I was doing to begin with. And that is the thing with trauma and triggers. That is the thing with real life. That's the thing with entrepreneurship and growth and change is It's easy to be triggered, it's easy to be tempted, it's easy to be distracted, but it's up to you how you react to it, how you take those temptations and distractions, how you move with it. Is it something that you fall into and now you're going back and forth and arguing and feeling some type of way? Or is it something you can say, oh, all right, haha, and move on? Like, everything needs to be a haha moment. Like, the older I get, the more I know I need to take nothing serious, say what I mean what I say, and don't be triggered by people's foolishness. Now, why it became my topic for today, because for one, it's Wine and Dine Wednesday. Hello, come and wine and dine with me. No, I don't have no wine. Today, I made some banging ass pasta. I'll post that in my little shorts a little bit later. The pasta to die for. I am a chef for real. Like, my food, oh my gosh. Y'all not ready. They star recipes is gonna be popping. It's food to make you fall in love. But I had to come. I have to show up for me. And I haven't been showing up for me, and that might have been why it was so easy for me to be triggered. Because when you're focused on what you want to do and what you're trying to do, and you don't let people distract you, you never know what somebody's going through. You never know their mental state. People don't tell all their business all the time. Like, if I would have never said nothing, nobody would know my grandfather passed away. It's not something we broadcasting for the world to know. It's something we was dealing with within our family. So, that could have added to my trigger, because I was already hurt in my feelings, and now you coming with negative energy. If you're not positive, if you're not supporting me, if you're not supporting my business and my goals, then get away from me. Don't be around me, because you are going to get the drift that people don't want, that people are scared of, or you're going to get that savage that people want to see that been put away. She been locked in a cage for a long time, and I don't want to bring that savage out, or because people want to be funny, or because people don't know you and they think they know you, or people want to know you but they don't take the time to know you, and it puts you in bad situations. I'm doing what I do for me. I'm doing what I do to encourage someone, to inspire someone, to share my love for God, my love for life. You know, God brought me here and He put me in this position to do this. And the fact that I can do it so strongly and so proudly, regardless of how I look, regardless of if I got teeth in my mouth, regardless of what I'm going through, and I still show up. And like I said, I haven't been showing up for me, and that's affecting me. It's the trauma of what I'm going through. It's the trauma of my depression. It's the trauma of my life and my situations and me mothering and me cooking and me entrepreneuring that is stopping me, from being happy. Like, everybody wants happiness, but you have to heal. You have to know how to live healed. You have to know how to move healed. And even when you're healed, you have to know how to maintain it, because anything could trigger you. Trauma is something that you don't know when you're going through it. You realize it over time. Like, I'm still overcoming childhood traumas. I'm still acknowledging the fact that I had trauma as a child and I didn't even know it was trauma. I went through things that I didn't even know what the hell I was going through or experiencing, and it really hurt me. Like, I be talking to me. I hope I'm talking to somebody. I hope this encourages somebody to stand on what they mean what you say, and say what you mean, and do it boldly. Do it without fear of judgment or who got something to say and who's gonna do what. Even that, people always, oh, I want to help you. I want to help you. I want to offer so much opportunity and so much to the world, but everything come at a cost. It's costing you time. It's costing you money. It's costing you a peace of mind. Everything come at a cost. You got to be willing to have that expense. If it's an expense that you're willing to take, then you pay for it. You pay what you weigh. Now you know what that means. Pay what you weigh. You want it, you want to pay for it, you go in there and get it. But if you don't want it, you don't feel like it's worth it, then don't spend your money. Don't spend your time. It's a waste. So you have to make these decisions for yourself. You have to have that discernment. You have to have that understanding of you and who you are and what you want. And you gotta mean that shit. You gotta stand on it. You gotta own it. Some things don't deserve a reaction and some things do. And in a partnership, when you're in a relationship and shit, it gets real complicated, because us as females, we get cute, we do our hair, our nails, our toes, yeah, and we get dressed up. Half of us want to walk outside half naked or whatever and think that's cute, and your man don't like it. Some people, I should be able to walk outside in whatever I want, whether you like it or not. At the end of the day, I know who I am. I got respect. Excuse me. I got respect for myself. I got respect for my man. I got respect for my relationship. So it shouldn't matter how I walk outside, as long as I'm comfortable. That's all that should matter. That's all that should be appreciated. That's all. That's all. That's it, and that's all. And sometimes they don't like what you say or what you do, and that becomes conflicting. That's kind of a trauma for me too, or that's kind of a trigger for me too, because it's like I'm grown. I could say what I want, I could do what I want, and that's where we fall short in our relationships. That's where, not even only with your man, with your mom, your parents, your family, that's where you fall short sometimes. Is oh, I'm grown, I could do what I want, I could say what I want, but sometimes people be right. Sometimes things. My baby was my baby was choking, y'all. Khalid, check him and make sure he good, please. He good. But sometimes it's not meant for you to say things. Sometimes you could have left it alone, you could have let it go, or you could keep your opinion to yourself. Put your 2 cents back in your pocket. Everybody don't need your 2 cents. Everybody want to give out 2 cents, 2 cents, 2 cents. Keep your 2 cents in your pocket sometimes. Sometimes it's not meant for you to react. It's not meant for you to say nothing, Say it. Say it out loud, write it down, put it in the book. Don't tell nobody. Some things deserve a reaction. And in a relationship, like I said, not only with your partner, with your friends and your family, sometimes the things you say makes other people uncomfortable, and they be like, oh well, maybe you shouldn't say that. Why? Maybe I should, because that's me. Sometimes you do need to say those hard and uncomfortable things. Sometimes you do need to do those hard and uncomfortable things, because that's how you know who you are. That's how you know what you will accept, what you won't accept. That's how you express yourself. Like, nobody cannot tell you how to express yourself or what to express. Nobody cannot tell you how to be you. Nobody cannot tell you how to react to things. Nobody can tell you how to feel. And half the time, the people telling you no, don't do it, or judging you, judging you, those are the people who don't understand you, or would never be in the positions that you in, or have the opportunities that you have, because they're not willing to say the awkward thing or the weird thing or the thing that makes people uncomfortable, or the thing that nobody else wants to say. I'm gonna say it. And sometimes my partner be right. I don't be needing to say nothing, because I react off emotion. I react off emotion so much, it makes me mad. But that's my trial. That's my shift in life. That's me finding myself, finding the Lord, finding my position and my purpose of where I need to be and what I'm doing, that I know how I react to things and how I should react. And if I want to react, I'm going to react. That's it, and that's all. I'm learning to say what I mean what I say for myself. I'm learning my own boundaries, what I want and what I don't want. And I'm okay with that. I'm happy with that, because I'm happy with me. When I close my eyes, if I gotta be here alone, I'm okay. I'm not lonely. I'm not looking for nothing. I'm not looking for nobody. I'm trying to get it for me. I'm trying to do it for me. My why is for my mental. It's Suicide Awareness Month. Like, I dealt with suicide in my life, not me personally, but me too. You can't say I never thought about it at one point. When I was going through shit and domestic violence situations, niggas breaking my jaw and shit, shit. My parents is not together. Me and my mom's beefing. My dad's in jail. I can't say I never thought about it. But when I read in the Bible that that's one of the biggest sins, then I thought about God first. Like, I'm not sinning. It's not worth it. At the end of the day, it's a lesson or it's a blessing. And I'm going to take the lesson and I'm going to learn for it, or I'm going to take the blessing and I'm going to keep blessing others, so I can encourage them and inspire them to be better, to be here for your purpose, to be here for your reason, to share love. And if you need to express yourself or say something or do something, you do it for you because you want to. And even if that thing you're doing or saying makes somebody else uncomfortable, keep doing it. Keep saying it, because at the end of the day, they don't know what you're going through. They cannot tell you how to feel about what you're going through. Like, it kills me when somebody wants to tell you how to feel, but they're not you. They didn't live the life you live. They don't come from where you come from. They don't walk in your shoes. They don't wake up with the things you wake up with on your mind on the daily. Like, you have to show up for you. You have to do it for you. And as long as you love you and continue to love you for life, that's going to be all you could do. Happiness is not something that's given to you. Happiness is not something you can buy. I read something just like yesterday, and the girl was like, "Oh, money can't buy happiness, but it can buy me anything I want." And she's okay with that. That's okay as long as you're happy. And I want to say money can buy happiness, but is it long term happiness or is it short term happiness? Is it temporary? Because you can buy happiness. A car make you happy. You get a new car, you happy. You get a new house, you happy. You go on a day, you could buy a whatever hotel, whatever flight, you happy. But is that gonna make you happy after you go on that trip? After your car breaks down and you've been driving the same car for 20 years? Are you still happy after you living in that same house and you can't go nowhere, you can't move around? Are you really still happy? Or even if you can move around while you have these things, I ain't gonna put no cap and no limit on nobody's money. But we talking real life, realistic. I'm from the Bronx. I'm coming from the hood. Like, I'm telling you, in my experience, the things I could afford. Like, if you get those things, you're happy. Money can buy happiness, but it really can't. Money don't make you happy. You make you happy because you doing what you want. You knowing what you want and where you want to go and how you want to live. That is what makes you happy, not the money. That's the thing people don't understand. They chase money. Oh, I got money, I'm happy. No, that's why the richest people be hurt and miserable and lonely and commit suicide, because they have all this money. They work so hard and they don't want to share and give none out. And I understand that 100% now, especially the more I grow. But you know, they do everything and isolate themselves so they could get that money that they think buys happiness. But then now that they got the money and there's nobody there to share it with, there's no one that can express the love and compassion. That's when you lost, because you thought that money was doing something for you and it really wasn't. Like, you have to want to be happy. You have to find your happiness. And so the trigger and the traumas is just like lessons of blessings. And it's crazy for me because, like I said, I'm in a shift. I'm in a shift in my life that I've never been in, I've never felt before. And it's hard and I love it. And it's God led. I usually come on here and say, "Oh, I don't want to talk about God. I want to talk about God. I want to talk about Him every day. I want to read the Bible. I want to have some Bible study." You could study the Bible any day. It doesn't have to be only on Tuesday or Saturday or whatever day they say or whatever. But, you know, it was God that brought me here. It was God that brought me to this point. It was God that brought me to this conversation. And I thank you, Lord. Hallelujah. Praise His name, because I would never be here. I would keep stunting on me. I would keep giving up on me, because you doing this for a reason. And again, I hope this helps somebody. If you could relate, or if you feel anything I'm saying, make sure you like, subscribe to my channel, share it with someone who might need to hear it, that might need to be inspired and uplifted. Tell me in the comments what you want to be talking about. What will make you feel better, what you need to help you be uplifted. This is the mental health check-in. You have to check yourself mentally. Like, if you're not mentally checking yourself and your mental, then you're liable to go down a rabbit hole and end up somewhere you don't want to be, or end up depressed, or end up suicidal. And it's Suicide Awareness Month. We want to be aware of our surroundings, aware of our feelings, aware of how we make people feel and the things we do. And like I was saying before, you never know what somebody's really going through. Like, people don't always display it on Front Street, how they feeling or what they going through or what they've been through. And that's okay. So that's why you have to be aware of how you deal with people and what you say, because it could be a trigger, and that trigger could take somebody somewhere that they didn't meant to be, they don't need to be, or they was trying not to go back to. It's bad and good things that come behind it. And why I say it was God, because it was an acknowledgement for me. Because if somebody I know could trigger me that much that I needed to respond, imagine when somebody I don't know says something or does something, like, it's gonna be 10 times worse. And I respect what I posted the other day. You know, you wonder why you didn't make it to where you want to be, or why you're not as successful as you think you should be at this point. Like, I'm 35. Of course I could be better off, or would have been better off if I did different things or things differently. But you know why I'm not there? Because he's working on me. He's teaching me to deal with my trauma. He's teaching me to deal with my triggers, to accept it and acknowledge it and learn how to react without emotion, react without letting it make me set back for a day, or pushing me back, or taking me down a rabbit hole into somewhere I don't want to be. Because, I don't want to be affected by the world. I want to be affected by God. And if I'm God led and I'm moving through him, with him, and only affected by him, there's nothing nobody could say or do that'll take me back down that rabbit hole. That'll bring me back to those feelings and those frustrations of not understanding, or wanting a better understanding of why people are evil, why people always have to have something to say, why people can't love and actually support just to love and support. Like, it don't cost you no money. Support is free. To say you're good, you happy, you all right, how you doing? I can't even smile because I don't got my teeth, but just to smile, it's free. Do it. Show love. Be kind. Be genuine. People's fucking evil as fuck, and y'all evil as fuck for what? Like, excuse me. I gotta change my mouth. I'm working on my tongue. I'm not perfect, but I'm always worth it. I'm working on me, and I needed this. I needed this. Like I said, this is Wine Dine Wednesday. We do this each and every Wednesday. Sometimes I don't do it live. I do personal. I have the Zoom. If you want to register, I'll post a link on my page, or I'll drop the link in the story, in the comments, or whatever. You can register for Wine Dine Wednesdays. It's each and every Wednesday. I usually do women only, but I'm gonna open it up for men or women, because you know it's women empowerment. When we are women empowering women, because that's hard to find, and it got to start with me. But what I'm realizing, the more I do this, is the men listen more. They want to hear more. They support more. They come around more. So I'm not going to close my doors to them. I do Men Grind Monday. I post men working, hard working men, men inspiring men on Mondays. Today's Wednesday. It's Women Working Wednesday. I try to support the women on Wednesdays. Wine and Down Wednesday. I didn't always have a man. I wasn't always, with that mindset, man lead, because I didn't grow up with my father in the house. Even though I read the Bible and I believe in the way of the Lord and Jesus Christ or whatever. So I do believe the man should lead. But women need help too. And we can help each other and be stronger than ever if we put our ego aside. We put our egos aside. If we stop doing evil, manipulative shit, jealousy shit, like, why people have to live like that? Like, my heart is so pure, and it be the purest people that go without. It be the purest people, the kindest people that get the shitty end of the stick, that have to suffer, that have to deal with shit and hurt and depression. And my point and purpose is to tell people you are not alone. So support is free and it's hard to find, but I'm in the business and I don't mind being in the business. I don't mind helping people. I don't mind doing those things. It's so crazy because God, my son just came and snatched my phone. Stop. Cause what you eating? What you was in there eating? Boy, real life. Live. We live for real. But Zame! Khalid! See what he doing in that living room, please? Cause he eating something. We live, it's real life. I can't even get an hour to sit down and do what I want to do for myself. But make sure he ain't eating nothing, nothing, nothing. Make sure it's nothing around there that he could have touched or nothing. But um, this is real. It's real life. We on real time, and we deal with real shit every day. And I wasn't even gonna come to this page in this conversation, and maybe it was meant for me to do that because support is hard to find, and I'm in the business. I support people that don't support me, and I've been like that my whole life. I've always show love. Some people say I'm showing too much love, but it's never too much love. God is love. I am love, and I love it. I'm happy to show it, to do it. I'm happy to share that love because you never know who you helping. You never know whose life you're changing. You never know what the thing that you're doing, the thing that's so hard, that's so uncomfortable. You never know what that can do for somebody else. I keep saying like, you're not doing what you're supposed to do, so you holding other people up from doing what they're supposed to do. And it's true. Because I'm not showing up, because I'm not saying those things that people don't want me to say or don't want to hear, because I'm not doing those things that I think I should do, but I'm listening to other people and their opinion on how I should do things and how I should live my life. Those are the things stopping me from showing up for me. Excuse me. Excuse me. So I could show up for other people. So I could be that light and inspiration and that love. That love is love. Why people can't accept love? People don't know love. People don't want love. It's like the more you love somebody, the more they try to get away from it. The more it hurts. The more it's hard because it's a thing, a feeling that people are unaware of. I love love. I am love. I give love. I would love to receive the love back that I give, but it don't never work that way because like I said, it makes you stray. It makes it hard. When it's hard, people run. They rather go. Would you run or would you stay when you love? And when it's real love, it doesn't hurt. God don't hurt you. He might test you and tempt you and take you through a little trial, get you a little scuff, but it don't hurt. It don't hurt because it makes you better. When you realize what in it you should learn or grow from, take from it, that's when you become better. That's when you become better mentally. That's when your mind is better, your life becomes better, your heart is better. And it's all with love. Love and support. Support. You don't know how much a little bit of support, a little pat on the back, a little call and check in every now and again. You don't know how much that could help somebody. You don't know how much that could really save a life. Like partnership goes a lot longer and stronger when you show love and support to each other. When you don't have to keep looking over your shoulder, wondering if they're going to be funny or if they're really supporting you. When it's real love and not fake love. Like fake love is real. People tell you they love you every day. They call you, tell you in your face, call you on the phone. They don't mean that shit. They be fronting. They be fronting for them, not even for you. They be fronting for them just so they could get what they want out of you or get to you how they trying to get to you. Like, and so that's why today it really meant something for me to come on here and talk about that because it was the trigger for me that brought trauma. And the trauma for me was, it be the people that you want around you, the people you try to stay connected with, the people who you want in your circle that be the same ones fronting on you, laughing at you when you building, not knowing what you going through and not even taking the time to find out either. Like, don't do that. Don't do that for you and don't do that for me. Because like I said, if it's somebody I know that could trigger me and make me want to go off. Imagine when it's somebody I don't know. So I'm so glad that, God brought it to the light. Like, when you pray to receive the message and see the things that's holding you back and hindering you, and then you see it clear, like, oh, you gotta go. When they say go through your phone list and see if they take from you, if they pour into you, or if it's a trigger, if it's like a borrower. Are you a borrower or a lender? Is it somebody you can call to borrow money, or is it somebody that's calling you to lend them money? Like, is it somebody that's bringing you positive energy or negative energy? What happened today, it wasn't even that bad or that serious, but it was a negative energy. It was a negative for me. It was an automatic no. You gotta go. I don't need nothing that could take me down the wrong lane. I don't need nothing that brings me anger. I don't need nothing that brings me negative energy. You could do something to me. You could say something to me all day. Let's play. But when you come for my business and what I'm actually trying to build and do to better myself, and you don't even fucking call me to check up on me to say, yo, what's up? How's the kids? How you doing? But you want to be funny when I'm trying to build something? Yeah, that didn't go well with me. So I want y'all to understand very well. Don't ever come for my fucking business, because I put time, I put money, I put blood, sweat, and tears into the things that I'm doing, because I know I have a purpose. I know I'm on a mission. And if it ain't for nobody else, it's for me. My why is me and my kids. Why my kids? Because I want to leave something for them. People say, "Oh, your kids is not a good enough." Why? Yes, it is, because I know what I don't want is to leave them with somebody else care that can't give them what I'm giving them, or that gives them less than what I'm giving them. And why I'm my why? Because I know what I want to do. I know the imprint I want to leave on the world. I know the impact I want to leave on the world. I know why I'm doing this. And even when it gets hard, even when depression takes on, even when loneliness takes on, it get lonely when you doing this shit by yourself. It get lonely when you got a partner, but sometimes you can't really express yourself or talk to them how you want to, or about the things you want to, because sometimes they opinion or they reaction might take you somewhere that you don't want to be, or it might lead you in what they want or what they see. But is that always what's best for you? You have to have that discernment. You have to have that understanding. You have to have that knowing of right or wrong for yourself. Nobody cannot tell you. Nobody cannot guide you. Nobody cannot give you. You have to want it and do it for you. I love y'all. This was a good conversation. I definitely might do this trauma and triggers again, because guess what? Support is free and it's the hardest thing to find. But the only thing I'm going to leave you with on this Wednesday is you are not alone. Shout out to everybody who stays stronger than the temptation, and God bless everybody who took their life because of suicide, because they felt that loneliness and it was nobody there supporting them. It was nobody there checking on them. It was just people being fucking evil people, doing evil things, laughing and joking on somebody else's situation that they know nothing about. Like, this is awareness, this is support. This is a mental check-in. Check your mental. And make sure before you check anybody else, you checking yourself. I love y'all. It's Wine Dine Wednesday, baby. We live each and every Wednesday, coming with a new time. Make sure you go like and support. Make sure you go like and support. Make sure you subscribe to my channel so you can be notified when we going live. We do music. We do entrepreneurship. We do cooking. I got so much more coming for y'all. We gonna do this, but I'm gonna go for now. This baby got me moving on edge because he doing too much. But know your traumas. Know your trauma. Know what triggers you. And when you find the trigger, write it down. Identify it. See how can you take it. How can you learn from it. How can you grow with it. It's all about growth. It's Wine Dine Wednesday. I'ma holla.